What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to show you how to make $1,000 a month in passive income. If we look on my computer, you can see I have 6 months of data now making over $1,000. And I mean, besides January, most of them were actually getting around that $2,000 mark. 3 months were over $2,000. And 2 months, June and April, were just under $2,000 by maybe $100 or so. Now, in the beginning of 2021, I had 5 forms of passive income. Now I only have 3 forms. 2 of them have failed. Just because it didn't work for me doesn't mean that these 2 forms won't work for you. I want to show you all the different ways you can make money online, make money in your sleep, so then hopefully you could also be making $1,000 a month. We're going to break this up into 2 sections. First section, I'm going to show you the 2 failed forms of passive income, and then I'm going to show you the 3 successful forms of passive income for me. Now, we're about to dive on the computer, but guys, before that, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Help boost this video's algo so that it could reach out to more and more people. Seriously, just a simple like really goes a long way, and I appreciate everyone who does that. But anyway, let's jump on the computer. The very first form of passive income that you could try out for yourself is a print-on-demand site. I have used Printful when I was trying this out. I did make some money on it. If we jump over to stores, I was selling t-shirts. That's what print-on-demand is. You could do t-shirts, mugs, posters, a whole bunch of different things like that. You just pretty much upload the design, and then you open up an Etsy store, eBay, Amazon, or your own Shopify store, and you just let the money come in. It's not as easy as it sounds. There's some SEO and marketing involved, but if you are the more creative type and don't have any money to really put into something to make some passive income, this is a great way to start. You need 0 capital. You just need a really creative mind and some SEO knowledge. So we're gonna jump on to my lovely failed store. And the reason why I was failed was, well, Etsy, I have a love-hate relationship with them. I invest in Etsy and they're a great stock, but when it comes to being a seller on Etsy, they really don't look out for their sellers. They look out more for their customers, and my store got banned. A lot of people's stores get banned on Etsy with no warning whatsoever. I had, at least from my knowledge, no copyright infringement or any of that. I tried to play everything very strict and by the books, and I still got banned. I think there's some kind of weird glitch that goes on between Printful and Etsy. I didn't do too much research on it, but I think that's what caused the ban. There was just some kind of weird communication between the 2 platforms, and for some reason I got banned, not by a human actually banning me, but the algorithm. So, is what it is. But maybe you'll have better luck than me if you try it out. I was doing simple shirts, like something like, here, we all know I'm all about stocks and cryptos, so here's one of the shirts. I just put up a simple design. I accept Bitcoin, and I think this shirt maybe got a couple of sales. I'll show you one that got a decent amount of sales. So this one right here, I think got like maybe 3 or 4 sales. It says, "Freaking the Sheets." With the little Google Sheets logo. It's kind of hard to see. Can't blow that up. But really simple, easy design. Nothing too crazy. I know what you guys are probably thinking of. The Google Sheets is copyright infringement with using the Google Sheets logo. But it's not like Google sent me a cease and desist letter. I think they'll do that before Etsy actually goes and bans you. But that's the first form of passive income. There are some people that are making a lot of money just by doing exactly this, putting it up on Etsy and making tens of thousands of dollars a month. Granted, they have thousands of listings. It's not like they make 2 or 3 listings, put it up, and then call it a day. They are making hundreds of listings a month and uploading them to Etsy, or if they're using eBay or Amazon, wherever they're putting it on the internet, you can make some serious money this way. And all you really need is some creative knowledge. Learn how to use Canva. If you know how to use Photoshop, then you're already ahead of the curve. And upload your designs and watch them make you money. So number 2, this one kind of failed, kind of didn't fail. If you are someone that has a big following on some kind of social media, you could make money through Amazon, through the Amazon Associates program. You can see I made some money. I made 25 bucks over the course of 6 months. Nothing crazy. In the past 2 months, I didn't make anything. That's because I tried switching some things up. I'm going to show you in a second what I mean. But pretty much, anything that's sold on Amazon, you could create a link to, and you could upload it to your social media. So I have a decent following on YouTube now, even though I'd still say I'm a small YouTuber, but as I'm recording this, I have 13,000 subscribers, so, you know, that's pretty good in my eyes. And because I'm getting a couple thousand views every single day, if you've noticed any of my videos, I have all of these links below. And you can see right here, check out my favorite books. If you click on one of these links, so let's click on this, it will redirect you to Amazon, and here's one of my favorite investing books. Now, if you go and order this book, I get a small commission, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5%, nothing crazy, but I do get a commission just for you clicking on it. And even cooler, let's say you look at this book, you don't need it, but then you realized you needed socks for whatever reason, right? Maybe stocks reminded you of socks, and you needed some socks, so you go and you buy socks. Meanwhile, you are on this session on Amazon. If I were to go and hit buy, I still get a commission for that because I brought you to Amazon and you bought something meanwhile you're on that session through my link. So I think that's really cool. If you have a really good following on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you know, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and you're just figuring out how can I continue to monetize it, this is another way to do it. And some people make a decent amount of money. You could easily make over $1,000 a month as long as you have the audience for it. Now you can see I'm getting a couple thousand views a day, and I'm really not making much money on Amazon Associates. Maybe if I'm getting 10 or 20,000 views a day, it would be a different story. So again, maybe I'm talking to someone who is bigger than me, whether it be on a different platform or also on YouTube. This is number 2. Now, number 3, and this is where I'm starting to actually make money for myself. Very, very small amounts. You guys got to keep watching to the end to see the 2 big ones. And yes, YouTube is going to be one of them, but it's not the biggest. YouTube's the second biggest form of passive income for me. So make sure to watch all the way to the end to figure out what the number 1 form is. But this anyone could do as long as you have some money laying around. That's right, I'm talking about dividend stocks and making money off of dividends. Now you can see right here, I am not making a lot at all. $205 a year or $17 a month on average. Some months are a little higher than others. You're probably wondering why so low. Well, that's because most of my stocks don't pay dividends. I do have some stocks that pay dividends, but you can see right here, here's my 6 stocks that pay dividends. Very, very small percentages. Not a single one is over 1%. So I'm getting a very small percentage, but it adds up over time. And my goal or my prediction is that these companies that I'm investing in, they're blue chip companies. We've got Microsoft, SPGI, Apple, Visa, Intuit, and Nvidia. We've all heard of these companies. 10, 20, 30 years from now, I'm expecting these dividends to be a lot bigger. They're not going to be less than 1%, or look at Nvidia, it's not even 0.1%. But in 10 or 20 years, it should be maybe 1, 2, 3, or even 4%. These are dividend growth stocks. So the stock is still growing, but the dividend is also growing. So when I'm getting closer to retirement and I want to start actually taking money from my portfolio, these should be looking really nice for me. If you're someone that's a little older, or you just really like the idea of getting paid monthly or quarterly from stocks, go for those higher dividends. Go for Target, go for Johnson & Johnson. And you do need a decent amount of money to make a good return. Like if you have $100,000, you get 4% in dividends. That's $4,000 a year. May not sound like a whole lot, but there's some people I'm talking to that I know have $1 million or $2 million. You invest all of that into dividend stocks, now you're making $40,000 a year off of $1 million portfolio. People could live off of $40,000 a year, and all you had to do is just put some money in an account, and that's it. You never need to look at it again. You just watch the money come in. So, and on top of that, your stock appreciates as well. So it's a win-win. So that's number 3. Now let's get into the more active passive income where I actually need to put in some work, but I am getting rewarded for it. So like I said, YouTube is bringing in a decent amount of money for me. And how do you make money on YouTube, in case you don't know? Well, if you watch any of these videos, so let's click on, how about this one? And we'll pause it, we don't actually have to listen to it. But see how it says ad in 5 seconds? Okay, we will, I'll mute it, but we will listen to it. So 3, 2, 1, and then this ad pops up. if I were to click on this ad, or I don't even need to click on it, if I watch it all the way to the end, I get paid for that. I'll only get a couple of cents, but I'm getting 2,000 views a day or 2,500 views a day. Those couple of cents adds up. And then I'm making, well, you'll see in a second. But it's not just here that I can make money. Sometimes, here's Monday.com again. If I were to click on this, I would also get paid for that. And let me skip it now. And then sometimes you get those little banners that pop up right here. If you click on that, I get paid for that as well. So if we jump over to the studio so you can see my progress, and if you have an account similar to mine, you can see kind of where you should be at if you are in the financial niche and if you're getting around the same watch hours as me. I mean, this is what I'm getting. If one of my friendly competitors like Trading with CJ or any of you guys are watching this video right now, here's what I'm doing. Tell me if you're doing around the same. But if you're someone who's just starting out, you don't know how much you could actually make on YouTube, here's some good insight. 600,000 views or 53,000 watch hours has made me $5,000. And besides these spikes, which happened when one of my videos went semi-viral, I kind of plateaued and I'm averaging at around $20 a day. It looks like I had a nice little tick up the past 2 days. But yeah, I'm getting between maybe on a low $15 and on a high maybe close to like $28. So between $15 and $30 a day is what I'm averaging right now with 100 videos up, or I guess like 110 videos. But most important, it's 53,000 watch hours. The watch hours is really what's bringing in the advertising for me. So $5,000 over the course of 6 months. I think we could actually break that down. Let's see, June was 595. Here we go. So you can see I was monetized back in January, made 700, then 1,400. That's when that video went semi-viral. 975, 619, 734, and that was May. And June isn't complete yet. It's almost complete, but it looks like I'll end right around that $600 range. So the last thing, and you guys probably already know if you've watched my other videos, it is Patreon. So Patreon is a paid social media. People need to pay me $5 a month to get access to it, and then you could see I post all of these trackers. So I have these trackers in Google Sheets with a lot of complex codes and functions. Sometimes I'll post some other stuff, but most of it are these trackers. So if you click on it, you get access to go and download my tracker, so then you could have the same thing. And all you'd have to do is go into history, delete all this, put in your information, and I have this really cool looking tracker. So let's show you guys the earnings over the past 6 months. Again, I kind of started this the same time I got monetized on YouTube. $371 for the first month. But then for the next 5 months, all of them have been getting over $1,000 a month, averaging about maybe $1,200 a month. Just from making these trackers, these Google Sheets trackers, putting it into a Google folder, and then putting that link onto my Patreon. And then people want that because they don't want to sit down for an hour and a half to try to make these trackers. They'd rather be like, you know what, I'll give this guy $5 so I could just download it and then call it a day. And people, there's a demand out there for it. Now, I'm not saying you got to go and make Google trackers to make money on Patreon. There's so many different things you could do. If you're an artist, you could put your artwork up here. Maybe if you are a musician, you have a YouTube channel and people want more content. I know my cousin actually has a Patreon and he's a musician. He teaches piano. So he has a Patreon that people are actually paying for to learn more from him. Learn maybe, I think he does a lot of the history of different musical stuff. Mike, if you're watching this, I have no clue exactly what's on your Patreon because I don't pay for it. Sorry about that, but he's making money. He teaches piano lessons and he's making money that way on Patreon. So there's so many different things. You can see I'm putting up Google Sheet files. He's teaching music. Again, if you're an artist, maybe you're some kind of mathematician, maybe you're an educator and you're providing more content for the people. There's so many different things you could do to make money off of Patreon. You just got to think of what to do. And again, you got to piggyback, at least with my success on it, I'm piggybacking off of my YouTube channel. And you can see over here, if we go back to my 2021 passive income and we go to the table view, right here, Patreon, which is this cell, $6,600 compared to YouTube, which is only $5,000. So YouTube is a close second, but me being a small creator on YouTube, I'm actually making more money through Patreon. So you got to get clever when you're just starting out and you're a smaller channel. There's other ways to make money other than relying on ads, because I mean, ads do pay well, but they're not the best option sometimes. You can make more money through other outlets. Sure, if I had 1 million subscribers, it may be a different story, and I may be making a lot more on, well, I would be making a lot more on advertisements, but right now, Patreon is the one that's bringing in the most bank for me. You can see here's Printful and Amazon, which really, you can see I got banned back in May on Etsy, so I only was able to make $178, and Amazon affiliates, there have been 2 consecutive months of me not making any dollars. Back in March, I made $1.33, so again, really it's not working out too well for me. Doesn't mean it won't work out for you. That may be a good idea as well. But guys, those are my 5 forms of passive income. Let me know your thoughts. Are you making any passive income? If so, how are you doing it? Drop those comments below. Let's learn from each other so we can kind of give each other different ideas and all make more money together. And if you have any questions regarding how I'm making my passive income, again, drop those questions below. I love when I see a lot of comments. I try to respond to them the best I can. But I hope you liked this video, and if so, and if you forgot to smash that like button, do that now before you finish. But as always, guys, I will see you in the next one.